because this might be the first time you finally understand your own money story. And if nobody has ever connected those dots for you before, we're doing it today. I am Tamoa Danielle, your financial therapist bestie. So I want you to get a cup of tea, relax in your favorite chair, and let's get started. We constantly ask ourselves so many questions about money every single day. Why we spend the way we do, why we panic, why our chest gets really tight around bills, and why we work so hard and still feel behind financially. And the wild part of this is that the same questions my clients ask me are the same questions they've already asked themselves for years. The only difference is the answers they gave themselves were always routed in shame. I'm going to pause for a minute and breathe. Breathe with me. Okay. So I'm going to share with you the two most common questions. The first one is, why do I keep repeating the same money mistakes even when I know better? Number two is, why do I feel unworthy of abundance even though I work this hard? And listen, these are not just questions, they are symptoms of how our nervous system learned to survive. And if I'm really being honest, those same questions lived in me way before I heard my clients say them out loud. I didn't have the language for it. I didn't know that this was financial trauma back then, but I knew the feeling. So when people ask me questions about why do I keep repeating the same mistakes or why don't I feel worthy of abundance, I don't answer from like theories or textbooks. I am answering because I live those experiences. Because here's the truth: you're not repeating mistakes, you're repeating patterns your body learned a long time ago. Patterns that were routed in survival, patterns that kept you safe when you didn't feel supported or you didn't have the answers and you felt unstable. You didn't just wake up one day and decide that you wanted to struggle. This all was shaped a long time ago in environments where struggle may have felt normal, where your nervous system learned to really just accept it. And when you believe that struggle is normal, abundance totally feels threatening. It feels unfamiliar. It feels like it could disappear like sand slipping through your fingers. And this is why you can work hard every single day and still not feel worthy of overflow. And it's because your body hasn't caught up to your goals yet. So let me tell you what I tell my clients. Your money decisions aren't coming from your logic. They are coming from your identity. They're coming from the part of you that learned to brace for impact, like hold on because the ride is bumpy. And identity doesn't change by force, it changes by awareness. It changes by you learning and accepting what is happening. So here's what I want you to understand about financial trauma. Your patterns, these cycles, aren't a reflection of your intelligence. They're a reflection of conditioning. These are things that you learn. You learn to make decisions from fear because fear kept you emotionally, it kept you mentally, it kept you financially. And the acronym for fear is false evidence of appearing real. And the thing about fear is that it doesn't need to be loud, it just needs to be familiar. This is why you can set goals, you can write budgets, you can repeat affirmations, you can listen to podcasts, and you still end up in the same place by the end of the month. The reason is your body is committed to a version of you that was doing the best she could with what she had. And you believe that you should have known better when it comes to your finances, but you never stop to consider the emotional part the part that was shaped by years of instability, and you're still making decisions from that part of you. So it's not a lack of discipline, it's a lack of safety until you start to understand that if you continue to judge yourself for patterns that were created long before you really had any real choice, then you're gonna keep beating up on yourself. I want you to send me a question in the comments regarding your relationship with money that you feel like you've been struggling with. I don't want you to carry the shame anymore because believe me, you are not by yourself. And I want you to know that I have something for you. So if you want to start shifting how you see yourself right now in real time, I put together a free resource. It's called the Worthiness Over Wealth Guide. The link is in the description. It is a starting point to reconnect with the part of you that deserves more than just survival. So, this is how all of this connects us to the second question, and that is why don't I feel worthy of abundance? But here's the answer, believe it or not. Worthiness isn't about money at all, it's about identity. So, if you grew up in survival, the thought of overflow feels unknown. It may feel foreign to you. If you grew up watching struggle and feeling ease, like feeling things going your way feels suspicious and it feels too good to be true. And if you're anything like me, you were praised for being strong, then you learn to carry burdens that weren't yours, which leads me to this. Worthiness isn't something you earn, it's something you remember. You're not resisting abundance. Do you hear me? You're not resisting abundance. You're resisting becoming someone your past didn't prepare you for. Because really, our dreams require a version of your nervous system that you haven't even met yet. So when you start paying attention to your patterns, paying attention to these cycles without judging them, your body starts to relax. So here's what I want you to understand about financial trauma. Your decisions around money are not a reflection of how smart you are. It's not a reflection of how capable you are or how much you care about your future. They're a reflection of the experiences that shaped you. Most of us learned to make financial decisions during times when we did not feel safe, where we didn't feel supported or emotionally regulated. So now, even as an adult, we fall back on our patterns that came from survival and not from having more clarity, not from being able to look at ourselves in the mirror. And when clients tell me that they don't feel worthy of abundance, I understand exactly what they mean. If you spent most of your life preparing for the worst, then the idea that things could actually go well can literally create anxiety. This means that you can create a little bit of space between the old version of you and the version that is wanting to grow, the space where change happens. This is not about you forcing better behavior. It is about understanding why the behavior exists in the first place. And then when you finally understand where these patterns came from, you can stop treating yourself like you're a problem that needs to be fixed. And you can start giving yourself grace. I am sharing this with you because I have lived it and because every day I work with people who feel confused and ashamed about their financial behaviors. You deserve to understand yourself, not to judge yourself. And when you understand the emotional and the nervous system side of money, you can finally start to make choices that reflect the future you want instead of the past that you survived. So, if the questions of repeating the same mistakes or feeling unworthy of abundance have been repeating in your mind, I want you to give yourself permission to look at your money, to look at your money story without blaming yourself for it. And I want you to remember that you are your greatest value. You are your greatest asset. Take care.